thank you all very much for coming this evening. It's really good to see you and boom. Do you need translation? Okay, that's great. As Des just said, this evening's saloon has been initiated by the NGO which we work for, called New Perspektiva. And we're doing several such saloons with D4D over the next few months. A few months ago in England, I saw an incredible film which was called The Woman in Gold. It's a film, true story, about an American citizen of Austrian heritage who wants to get one of her family's paintings restituted, which means handed back to the family. The picture is a Gustav Klimt painting, which hangs in the National Gallery in Vienna. The reason why the picture is so important for this lady is because A, it belonged to her family, but B, the woman in gold painted in the picture was her aunt, and she wants to have her aunt back home. In 1989, the Austrian government, for the second time since the Second World War, announced that people could put in new claims for restitution of property which was lost before and during the war as a result of the Anschluss between Germany and Austria. This particular family lost these paintings before the outbreak of the Second World War. They were a Jewish family, obviously, when the Gestapo came round to remove all their valuable paintings and possessions. They were a very wealthy Austrian family living in Vienna. So this lady decides in 1989 she wants to get this picture back. And the film is about how she gets it back. When she goes to Vienna to start the restitution process, she realizes she's going to come up against enormous opposition from the head of the restitution team, the head of the gallery, because for them this is Austrian culture. This is an Austrian picture. This belongs to Austria, regardless of how the picture came into the possession of the Austrian state. And there's a journalist in the film, and this is a true story, who literally turns up one day and says to her, I want to help you, because this is going to be really, really difficult for you. And he was a journalist who'd written about the Kurt Waldheim case. Kurt Waldheim was the UN Secretary General at one time, who, I think it was about halfway through his term of office, it was discovered that he had also been a Gestapo member during the Second World War. So the whole issue of addressing your history, their history, came up. And this particular journalist had written a lot about it. And he was spat on and accused of being un-Austrian, of being disloyal by his fellow Austrians. And when this lady asks him why he wants to help her, he says, it is because I believe in a particular type of patriotism. And that becomes one of the key lines in the whole film. And he doesn't really explain what he means, but what he's talking about is he wants to belong to a state which is civic, which is forward-looking, which is humanist, which will take into consideration the rights of others, of individual rights, and not have a kind of nationalist approach to ownership as a form of self-defense, as a form of self-confidence. And when I saw this film, I thought, wow, this would be a great discussion to have in Kosovo. So that's why we're here this evening. And I hope the discussion will be much wider and fuller than that. But that's the only reason why we're here this evening, because I saw a fascinating film. And it's a film I'd advise anybody to see, because it is an incredible film about history. And I can even show it, I can bring it and show it somewhere. I've got it with me. We're missing one of our speakers, sadly, this evening, but I think I've probably said enough for a bit to make up for him, although I think he might have said quite different things to what I would have said. That's Mr. Arni Janaku. I'm afraid I can't quite go down his track. Anyhow, thank you very much. So I now hand over to Raghi, who is the Chief Editor for New Perspektiva.